Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today. Pluto TV is going to have some big changes coming up. We'll tell you who's leaving and what this means for Pluto TV and Paramount Plus. Also, Disney is trying to create laws or precedent related to AI and how it can be used and how it cannot be used in order to protect their content. Also, that helicopter over your house, that could be a sign that Amazon's going to bring drone deliveries to you. These stories and a whole lot more coming up here in a quick second. First though, if you like what we do here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends videos to more people, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV. And don't forget, links in the stories down below, and you can also sign up for our free daily email that has all these stories in it and more. Just check out the show notes so you'll find a link to subscribe to our free newsletter there. All right, let's jump into it. Pluto TV's co-founder is stepping down from Pluto TV and Paramount. Now, Tom Ryan, who I've had the great honor to meet a few times, a really nice guy, was the co-founder of Pluto TV and president and CEO of Paramount Streaming, is leaving the company. He sent a note to staff. Now, he will remain as an advisory role for a while there, but he's going to be stepping down. Not a big surprise here, as many things have been changing over at Paramount. New leadership's coming in later this week with the merger and Skydance leadership taking over. So not a big surprise here. There was some talk earlier that Tom Ryan there was some talk about spinning Pluto TV off, and Tom Ryan would take it back and make it an independent company. Sounds like that may not be happening, at least for the moment being. Now, this is a big story for Pluto TV because from the start, Tom Ryan has had a very big part in the decisions on day-to-day operations, the strategy, and the vision of Pluto TV. And with this, though, he is leaving. Now, he's been the co-founder and since it launched back in April of 2024. About the time Cord Cutting News also launched, we just slightly launched earlier. I met him several times since then, before they sold to Paramount and after, and wish him nothing but the best. But it'll be interesting to see what Pluto TV can do without him around. For now, don't expect any big changes, but as with all things, when new leadership comes in, they usually like to put their own people in place, their own vision. That's probably what Skydance is doing here. We're going to see a lot of new people leading Paramount, including its streaming services. We'll have to keep a close eye on it because I bet there's going to be some big changes coming soon. All right, Disney is working to create AI laws and rules. Now, Disney has played a big role in creating rules related to copyright and how long that's good for and what it means and what it doesn't mean. And now they seem to be hoping to do the same thing with AI. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that they are busily in talks to create rules and laws, I guess would be a great way to say this, both in the courts and in the legal apparatus across the country. Disney's met with White House officials asking for rules to be created over how AI can be used and not used with it. Also, they're pursuing several lawsuits related to AI. I believe, and Wall Street Journal talks about this too, but that Disney's hoping to create precedent here, basically says what AI can use and cannot use of their content, both maybe in training and in the output. But a lot of talks about how AI systems were creating Mickey Mouse, basically. You can ask it to create a character like Mickey Mouse and it will create a whole movie, short, picture, whatever, of Disney-based characters, for example. Disney seems to want to put a stop to that. We'll be interested to see if they're successful or not. Pivotal moment in the future of AI. But with all this, Disney is intending to use AI for their own creation. They just want to prevent others from using their intellectual properties in their AI properties. All right, next up, you know that helicopter that may have been flying over your house? It could be coming from Amazon. We've tracked, Cord Cutting News broke this story, but we've tracked multiple flights of helicopters mapping out terrain around Amazon distribution centers. This is very typical to what they've done in the past when they launched drone flights. They first mapped the terrain around the distribution center to help AI drones properly deliver packages. Now, with this, though, Amazon's not officially mentioned anything. They declined to comment on our story when we contacted them about it. But there has been some confirmation. Report out of Waco, Texas reports that they are going to get drone delivery soon there. And The widespread nature of these flight paths suggests that we could be seeing Amazon looking at least the initial steps of a major expansion of its drone delivery program to more rapidly speed up drone deliveries. We talked about this in the past, but even if they just do a small footprint around their stores, having drones deliver products there frees up the ground crews to hit other spots, reducing costs and speeding up delivery times. We'll keep an eye on it, but if you're seeing helicopters flying grid patterns around Amazon centers, probably what they're doing. Now, doesn't mean it's necessarily coming immediately, but they are preparing the possibility of drones at more facilities. Hey, are you looking for what to watch? A lot of stuff coming out this week. We have posts over at CoreCarsNews.com on Netflix, Hulu, and HBO Max of what's new this week. Check it out. Link in the show notes if you want to find out what's new this week there. If you are a Spotify customer outside the United States, in our next story, get ready to pay more. Another price hike is coming. Now, right now it's for outside the United States. According to a report from The Verge, it is happening in markets outside the United States. Customers will get notified over the next few weeks, but the notifications have started going out. In the EU, for example, you can see a $1 a month price hike on some of its plans with that. Also, if you use ChatGPT, a glitch in their system may have made your private chats public. A report from TechSpot says that thousands of people have discovered deeply intimate private ChatGPT chats made available through Google search after a feature mishap made these discoverable through Google search. Not a great news story there, but Google News. Google now may have access to your private ChatGPT logs here, reportedly working on fixing it, but they've already removed that feature there, and they seem to be working to crack down on this one. But always be careful, what you put online may not stay private. Alright, if you've been thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch, you may have noticed, if you look this week, there's been a price hike. Now, they do have limited streaming capabilities, but I know a lot of people get them for gaming. The first generation Nintendo Switch, not the Switch 2, went up $50. The OLED version now costs you $399.99. As maybe we'll typically expect to see the older versions become cheaper after the new one comes out, this time Nintendo's going the other direction, raising the price on the Nintendo Switch OLED version of it. Now, exactly why? Unknown, but that's what's happening. Apple reported its earnings late last week and reported its biggest revenue growth since December 2021. With everything happening back then, it's quite impressive numbers Apple just reported. 13% year-over-year revenue growth. iPhones went up 13%, and overall revenue growth went up 10%. Apple's largest one since 2021. Now, interestingly, I saw a report, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, Tim Cook is now the longest serving CEO at Apple, has held the position longer than Steve Jobs did. Now remember, Steve Jobs was the CEO and then wasn't. He kind of came and went and had different roles there, but Tim Cook has now been the longest serving CEO at Apple. Does that surprise you? Let me comment. A few things here. iPad revenue jumped from $6.58 billion to $7.24 billion. Mac revenue fell from $8.05 billion to $7.24 billion. iPhone revenue, that was expected. I apologize. I was talking about year over year. That's expected. So Mac revenue beat expectations. iPad revenue was below expectations. Overall revenue exceeded expectations with this on it. And interestingly, service margins, the non-physical products that they make and get money from, streaming, etc., jumped to $27.42 billion versus $26.8 billion expected on it. Still be very interesting to see what Apple does with Apple TV, with this. Apple TV Plus to be exact. Its subscription streaming service has still struggled to find a large base of people want to pay for it. Increasingly, a lot of people just get free from a variety of different sources, and it so far has not really seemed to turn a profit. Apple for now seems to be happy with that. There's been reports of over $1 billion in losses on it in a year. We'll see how this plays out. I still maintain that if Apple doesn't find a way to have a substantial growth in the next few years on Apple TV Plus, it would not surprise me at all to see Apple shut it down. We'll keep an eye on that. Let me know, what do you think? Are you a fan of Apple TV Plus? There are still more streaming services than the market can bear. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget, you can get these news stories in your email. Check out the show notes. I have a link to sign up for the service there, corecarsnews.com. You can click on the box there, or in the show notes of this video, just click on it, subscribe to our free daily newsletter. That's it for today. Take care, be safe, have a fantastic day, everybody. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up. It really does help us.